girls. She should not have been given a platform, and she should not have been rewarded after that platform in a minimum security resort. And none of you should have to be here today because they should just release the files.
Okay, there is so much happening with the Epstein files right now. So Republican Representative Thomas Massie has filed a discharge petition, which would put voting to release all of the files to the floor, where each individual person has to say yay or nay, like has to stamp their approval or stamp that they're going to hide the files. Now, the DOJ did release 33,000 documents that turns out most of them are already in the public domain, which we all kind of anticipated. Today, there is the largest group of Epstein victim survivors rallying in DC with Stand With Survivors. There's over 100 of his victims. And if you're like 100, how many were there? There were over 1,000. And they met with representatives last night. You probably saw the video of Nancy Mace walking out, crying, physically shaking. And she mentioned that she had a panic attack due to her own assault, which I didn't know that about her. I can't stand Nancy Mace. Okay, I can't stand her. Don't like her. But I do hope for her healing. And I hope that this helps her get in touch with her fucking humanity to understand that protecting a predator and being part of a party that's protecting a predator is a problem. And then the White House says two Republicans helping Thomas Massie and liberal Democrats with their attention seeking, while the DOJ is fully supporting a more comprehensive file release, no you're not, from the Oversight Committee would be viewed as a very hostile act to the administration. Voting in support of the discharge petition would be seen as a hostile act to the White House. I have never heard a more glaring admission of guilt, maybe ever. This is actually the best thing that could happen, because if they go to a vote, every person has to attach their name to whether or not they're protecting child predators. And the White House used the excuse, we don't want to re-traumatize the victim, which is why they went and talked to the trafficker and not the victims. And the victims are in DC right now saying, release the fucking files. Validate our experience. Bring justice to the people who participated. And when I go to Ground News, because there's so much happening that I can't keep track of it all, look at all of these headlines from Ground News about Epstein. Just Epstein. Down here, Trump tells his MAGA base to end the Epstein obsession because he's on the list. So I'm using Ground News because I can't keep track of the 10,000 things that are happening with just Epstein. Just Epstein. I use Ground News every day. So go to groundnews.com/Monty. You can subscribe for 40% off their Vantage plan if this will help you keep track of the news, because it helps me. This is huge because this will draw a definitive line about who's supporting child predators, who's not, and you cannot get away from it. Your name will be attached to it, and anyone who supports the administration from this point forward supports child predators. I don't care. That's the line. That's the line.